We're gonna start off this project by making a pinch pot. You're gonna get a ball of clay, stick your thumb inside the ball of clay, don't push it all the way through, and then you're gonna take your thumb and then your first two fingers to pinch around the hole that you just made, making it wider and pressing against the walls of the clay to turn it into a little bowl. You can see eventually I'm able to use both hands to form the pinch pot. And you don't want to have the pinch pot be too thick. You want the rim to be as thick as your pinky. So I'm going to keep pinching and pushing until I have my clay pinch pot the way that I want it, and until that rim gets about as wide as my pinky. You're going to want to keep the bottom flat because this is going to be the cupcake tin part of the project. Now if you see any little cracks on the edges or even on the inside, you can just take a little bit of water and smooth the cracks so that you no longer see them. If your rim is a little too thin, you can kind of push the clay together to make it a little thicker. Or if you just don't like it overall, it's really easy to fix clay projects, or you could just crumple it up back into a ball and start all over again. That's kind of the nice thing about clay, is you don't have to get new materials all over again. You can just restart with what you got. I'm going to continue to smooth this out until I got it the way that I want it, making sure the edges aren't too thin, making sure to get rid of those cracks. Next, when you've got it how you want it, you're going to take this popsicle stick and you're just going to press pretty lightly on the edges to make it look like a cupcake tin. I'm not pushing this all the way through the wall of my pinch pot. I'm just pressing gently but firmly. And I'm going to do that all the way around my pinch pot here. Next, you're going to take a second piece of clay and make another pinch pot. I'm just doing this really quickly. I'm not trying to make it too perfect because this is going to be the top of our cupcake. And I'm just pinching, doing the same exact thing that I was before, taking some water and smoothing it out. But this time I'm going to leave the bottom part here, or the top part, to you round. I'm not going to make it flat because this is like the cupcake part. And then I'm just going to smooth that really nicely, get it how I want. And then this is the part where you can add details. So maybe I want to add a cherry to the top of my cupcake. I'm actually going to take this scoring tool. It looks like this. I'm going to scratch the top of the cupcake. If you don't scratch the top of the cupcake and the little piece that you are attaching, it will probably fall off. So make sure that you do that. And then maybe next I'll add some sprinkles as well. I'm just taking these really tiny pieces of clay and rolling them between my fingers. I'm actually not going to scratch these just because they're too small, but instead I'm just going to press them onto the clay to make sure that they're going to stay and not fall off. And then next I'm going to take this little wooden tool and make a wavy line across the top or the bottom part of the top of the cupcake, so then it kind of looks like there's frosting on it as well. And this is what my cupcake looks like when it's finished. Make sure to put yours on your name spot.